Hey guys, Michael Neff here, Director of Gear Sports, and today we're going to start a little video series on the shaft. We're going to do 7 short videos, and this is going to be the first one, and we're going to talk about grip speed. Um, and I've picked Ricky Fowler and Jonas Blix to do this video with because they basically do things very different. Um, Grip speed is basically measured from the center of the grip throughout the whole golf swing, and there's a graph under club graphs. If you go to grip speed, it's right here, and it basically gives you the player in gold is this player, and the player in blue is this player, and it gives you the differences. And then you can make it big by clicking that, or just kind of collapse it like that. So there's the graphs for you. Um, but grip speed basically is um, just the handle speed. It has some to do with the club head speed, but here we have Ricky Jonas Blix actually has a Ricky Fowler's grip speed actually never gets this fast, and yet Jonas has a lower club head speed. So Jonas is like roughly 111, Ricky's at 113, and obviously I think both players have more in the tank if they wanted to, but this is just their stock swing. But it's kind of interesting that Jonas has a faster grip speed. It gets up to like 23 miles per hour. Ricky's grip speed never gets that fast ever in the golf swing. Yet his club head speed does get faster. So grip speed is independent. It is an independent measurement that we give, and it's from the center of the grip. And the relationship is kind of interesting. This is the peak. This is the peak grip speed for Jonas, and this is the peak speed for Ricky. So they both swing the golf club very differently. They swing the grip very differently, and they're going to offend or move the shaft very differently too. And that's going to affect a lot of different dynamics. But at this point, what I wanted to kind of show you is that, generally speaking, the players with, and we'll take them all the way back down to impact. So at this point, Jonas is 23 and a half and Ricky's 22 and a half. If we take them both to impact, Jonas is still at 19 and a half and Ricky's all the way down to 15. So Ricky's really slowed his grip speed down. That's probably where he's getting some of the extra club head speed, although there's other factors there, which our force and torque friends are illustrating very well. But usually what we see is much faster grip speeds in players that are more rotary. So for example, like David Toms has 22 miles an hour grip speed with his driver, and he maxes out I think around 107 with his driver. So he has a faster grip speed, and basically when you keep swinging the handle, when you keep the grip speed kind of moving fast, the club head speed isn't going to be quite as fast. So as you slow the grip down, that club head's going to start to jam, or is going to start to increase its speed. So in Ricky's case, the club head speed basically starts about right here. About this point, Ricky's going to start to really slow down his grip speed, and then the club head speed is going to start to really go much faster at this point. So generally speaking, you could maybe, I don't know if I want to use the term, hitter versus swinger, or kind of kind of a slasher versus more rotary. I actually don't know if there's a real good definition out there for, kind of more of a rotary type of player, or somebody that kind of more cracks the whip. Ricky definitely, if he had a whip in his hand, he would be cracking the whip earlier than Jonas is, and so usually we see this kind of pattern with slower grip speed players are more vertical players. They're going to, in almost every case that I have seen, the slower grip speed players have higher handles, they have more grip roll, and they have higher closure rate and more club head speed than do the players with the lower grips, or with the higher grip speed and lower club head speed. So we'll get to the other metrics in the other videos, but this is basically how we define grip speed. And knowing where that player kind of starts to unwind that grip or slow down the grip and where the club head speeds up is really important in teaching and in club fitting. Because if you're teaching Rickie Fowler and he really he kind of cracks the whip about right in here, he starts to slow the grip speed down, where Jonas is about right in here. So if I'm teaching these two players and I'm not considering the golf club at all, I might be really fighting this golf club more than I am my student. And we get kind of stuck on just getting these guys in the positions that we want, but there's so many other things going on here. So Rickie is definitely going to offend the shaft more than Jonas is. And so if he's going to move the shaft more, we better be paying attention to the golf club and how stiff the golf club is, and to give him the proper face mapping and all these, the shaft, how he moves the shaft and what kind of shaft he has is going to definitely affect angle of attack and path. All these things are affected. The shaft is moving the head, and the grip is moving the shaft, and the body is moving the grip. So it's all kind of this big chain, and understanding where that occurs is really critical. So usually the slower grip speed players have faster club head speed, and the higher grip speed players have slower club head speed and accurate driver the ball speed. So anyways, that's a little short video on grip speed. You need to know where your players are creating, where the grip speed maxes out at, so that you can understand the other dynamics that are involved. So next video up is going to be on grip roll.